is obviously Iran. I thought that Perry and Gingrich sort of led the way with strategy when it comes to Iran. But the thing that sort of blew up in Newt Gingrich's face, I think, was the discussion on immigration. And he kind of had a Rick Perry heartless moment with this.
Ultimately, you have to find some system of, once you've put every piece in place, which includes a guest worker program, you need something like a World War II Selective Service Board that frankly reviews the people who are here. If you're here, if you've come here recently, you have no ties to this country, you ought to go home, period.
I was a little surprised at how tough Governor Romney was on this issue because he disagreed with Newt Gingrich. Said, if you've been here for 25 years and your kids were raised here, you go to a church, you got to find a way to stay here legally. You don't necessarily get a pathway to citizenship, but you can stay, not all 11 or 12 million illegal immigrants. And you heard Governor Romney say, well, look, that in effect is a magnet. That will, if you do that, that will encourage more illegal immigration. So they got into a little dispute on that.
Ron Paul, I should tell you, John, he continues to speak well for the Libertarians, and you can see him on Twitter tonight. They're all out there cheering him on because they thought he was strong tonight. But at the same time, I think when Newt Gingrich came back, as did Mitt Romney, they really speak for the majority in the Republican Party. A much stronger Patriot Act, be tough on terrorism. The war continues from their point of view.
I think the Patriot Act is unpatriotic because it undermines our liberty. Today, it seems too easy that our government and our Congresses are so willing to give up our liberties for our security. I have a personal belief that you never have to give up liberty for security. You can still provide security without sacrificing our Bill of Rights.
What struck me about Governor Huntsman's response to Mitt Romney on the issue of Afghanistan is he said basically you have to make decisions as commander-in-chief. You cannot leave it to your generals. I thought Huntsman came across clearly understanding a lot more about Afghanistan, the region itself, Pakistan.
Did you hear what I just said? I said we should draw down from 100,000. We don't need 100,000 troops. We don't need 100,000 troops in it. Many of whom can't even cross the wire. We need a presence on the ground that is more akin to 10 or 15,000. That will serve our interests in terms of intelligence gathering and special forces response capability.
Now, for the first time, Americans who are not Republicans, independents, are thinking, might Newt Gingrich actually be the candidate? With a lot of those people seeing the humane side of Gingrich tonight, I think was a plus. And, and it's part of, I kept thinking about, this is a man who's also asking for redemption and is seeking redemption in his own personal life.
I think Gingrich took this debate tonight. I thought Huntsman was a little bit more, he came alive. He had some answers that I thought were pretty good. Perry did a lot better this debate than he has the previous debates.
I think Newt Gingrich had a very good debate. The thing about Newt Gingrich, I've covered him for a really long time, is you never know who's going to show up, right? And it could be the good Newt, the smart Newt, the full of ideas Newt, who I think we saw tonight, or it can be the negative, nasty, anti-media, down.
Well, wait a minute on the anti-media stuff. Let's hold on.
Newt Gingrich. And I think tonight we saw the first Newt Gingrich.